Hello, Leo. Welcome. This is December's general reading for you. So it's going to resonate with someone out there. It's a general message, so I don't really know what it is that the cards are going to read for us today. So take what works and leave what doesn't. So, dear universe, what messages do you have for all of our Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs on this day? For this month of December, what messages do you have, dear universe, for our Leos? So, relationship problems could be a part of what's going on. But don't lose hope. Yeah, I think home, relationship, it's a real dominant issue that's going to come up a lot during this holiday season. And, you know, that it happens. You know, pressures are on families, my family, your family, stresses, things like that. And I think it really starts to take its toll between the two of you. But let's see, what's your overall energy? So we have you as the High Priestess. So you're on heightened intuition. It's like you are on full alert. So I even feel like you have eyes in the back of your head. That's how alert you are about what's going on around you. And I feel like something happened. You heard something, or some kind of news came through with this Page of Swords. I mean, just really made you angry. Really made you angry. But it's almost what you needed in order to make your next moves. Because you were really questioning a situation, whether this is a job or this is somebody who you were seeing. I think you were really questioning the future of whatever it is you were working on. And I think you were trying to do, you wanted to do the right thing, because I think there was another side of you, Leo, that was working really hard to like fix what was broken inside of you. You know, this, like, there was some heartbreak, some damage and stuff, and I think you were on the mend. But then you hear something that really angers you, but it's almost, it's one of these things. It's a blessing in disguise. You don't like what you hear about a situation or a person, but it's part of the healing. So you've got to take that as, you know, you've got to sometimes hear and feel things that you don't want to feel, especially if you're trying to make things, if you're trying to feel better about yourself, because, you know, you've been broken for a while now and you've been really guarded. It's like, I feel like you've been very defensive, and now is an opportunity for you to turn things around. Now, for some of you, you may have been involved with this magician over here. And the magician, I hate to put an astrological sign, you know who this is, but I feel like this is the person who I think together you were hoping you could manifest a lot, but it didn't work out. And I think this is the relationship that you were trying to heal from now. And you're trying to move on and look away. Acceptance known. Because, you know, listen, the High Priestess knows everything. You're doing the right thing. And you know that you are doing what's good for you, not what's good for somebody else. All right, so let's see. What else do we have for our Leos for this reading? Get a little bit more clarity. Maybe we can clear up this High Priestess. What's going on with this High Priestess, dear universe? So, yeah, I think, and I picked this up in a pre-shuffle for you, Leo. There's something with work, okay? Work and the office party. Oh, you're being noticed. Because I think there's a timing factor that's going on with a project or something that you're doing. And I think you're waiting for just the right time, because you only have one time to make a first impression. You only have one first impression. And I think you understand that. So if you are working on a project, I think, you know, you're just kind of making sure that you have everything all squared away and checked away, because you don't want to be caught with your pants down. You don't want to be embarrassed. You want to make sure that your project is seamless. Now, on another, I feel like this has to go up here. when it comes to this person, this relationship that you are healing from, I think you see that there really is no future. I think you see that. And I think you knew that going into this. But you tried to make it work. It did not work. But I think you're finally at that point where you really see that now, you know, you've got to move on. So this is about taking care of you and fixing what you felt was broken as a result of this heartbreak or this separation, this ending that you went through with this person. Because this is what's dominating you. This heartbreak, it's like you have to get on the mend, and I think you know that. So you have everything it's going to take. But it left you very guarded and very wounded. All right, what else do we have for our Leos? Oops, we have a card upside down. So the Two of Pentacles comes out. So this is a card of a real imbalance. It's also a card of pretending that everything is better than what it is. You know, for you, I think you need to really do a double check on whatever project it is that you are working on before you actually put it out there and present yourself. So I feel like you need to take a step back before you actually have your big reveal or whatever it is, because you don't want to be left out in the cold. But you can't pretend anymore that this hurt didn't leave you feeling really a little unstable and guarded. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to pretend. It's all right to be hurt. People understand why you were hurt. You know that there was no future and you can't. It was coming. And I think you saw that it was coming. And you fought that. You know, like you didn't want it. You knew that this ending was coming, but you fought it because you didn't want to believe it was really happening. But your intuition was telling you. Yeah, this has been very painful because this is something that you don't want to see come to an end. But you've tried to make it work. You really have. And you've tried very hard to make it work. But at this point, it's like it's more important for you to feel good about yourself than it is to make something work that really has no foundation in the future. So communication comes pretty fast. I think everything starts to happen fast. Because once you make the decision to really move on from this heartbreak, that's when you start to turn around and you come into your power and you start to feel much better about yourself. So, you know, heartbreak, it's a process, and time is the greatest healer. And I think that's where you're at. You're at a point of you have to allow the healing. And you have to accept the end, that it's not going to work anymore. You know, you have to accept that. It's not going to work anymore. Some of you may be in school, and maybe this is some project that you were working with a classmate of yours. Maybe that's who you were involved with. King of Wands. But it's like your whole life was hanging in suspension. You know, ultimately what matters is you feeling really good and in control of yourself. You know, because you're a powerhouse. You're a Leo. How can you not be a powerhouse? You're the card of strength in the sun. You know, but you have not been happy. So I think right now for some of you, I am feeling like there could be issues with your back. You might need to rest. Maybe some of you, I hate to say, are having surgery, but I'm feeling like there could be a little bit of that. But I think you need to give yourself the recovery period if you are recovering from some kind of surgery. But I think this period of rest, it will really help you look at what was wrong, why you weren't happy, so that you can finally put an end to it. Because this has been very painful. And until you actually start to walk towards a healing, you really haven't ended the relationship. You know, because I think there's always that, you know, we all go through it. It's very human of us that a relationship ends and there's a part of you that just doesn't want to believe it. But once you really start to believe that you have to move on, that's when the healing really begins. And I think that's what December is for you. Right? All right, anything else for our Leos before we go to our Osho? I feel like it wants to say one more thing to you. Anything else for our Leos for this month of December regarding this spread? I mean, because here's a king and a queen. And it's just a matter of time before you will meet your king. You know, this magician wasn't it. So I think it's a good time for you to come into your own. Really come into your own. You know, this Empress, the way she comes out at the base of this, it's like, you know, once you start to heal from this past relationship that was really hard and it really devastated you. And this could have been, you may have been married to this King of Wands and you had an affair with someone. And that's where this heartbreak all comes from, because somebody feels very stabbed in the back. Lots of different scenarios could be going down. But this Empress, you know, it tells me that there's something really, really good. Like your energy is very, very vibrant, very, very fresh, very, very creative. You know, you're manifesting whatever it is that you need. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the 10 of Cups reversed with the Fool card. Because I think you really are ready to move on. Maybe you were married and you got a divorce. You know, maybe this whole ending and moving on has been really difficult for you because, you know, there's this, you know, life is different now. You know, now you're back on the dating scene. How does that feel? I mean, it's just like it's different because you're not with anyone right now. You're trying to heal. But we do have this King and Queen of Wands that I think if you are a couple and you are married, there's been a lot of hurt. But I think you have the ability, you two have the tools to fix this. Now, this is a whole other scenario, so I hope you're following along. This King and Queens, I think you have the ability, you know, to turn things around. But as long as somebody's going to remain really guarded. So, like with, whose reading was it? Like Virgo. You guys need to create a very safe space where the two of you can maybe come together and really digest what just happened. You know, because maybe you're pregnant. Maybe there's a Leo out there that's pregnant with this Empress card. You know, so that puts a whole new twist on everything. But maybe you're just a Leo, just a random Leo out there who just needed to know that, yeah, you're pregnant. If you think you are, then I think you really are, chances are. But I just feel this amazing new beginning, this new life for you. How exciting is that? All right, let's see what we've got. Yeah, so, you know, you have to make some decisions as to whether or not, you know, you want to accept a relationship and make it work. Because you're so guarded right now, because you were really hurt. Because somebody did something to somebody. Had an affair, you know, left somebody feeling really insecure. So it's on you as to whether or not you want to give a new start to it or not. This Four of Cups reversed, and I believe we have 2 4s now. Maybe not. You know, this Four of Cups, it's like, you know, you're not real sure. I think you're like, you know, I think I'd rather give a go on this on my own rather than even like try to fix anything. So this is a very important month for you because I feel like, you know, in your healing, you will know what kind of acceptance you want, especially when it comes to who and how people love you. You want some respect and you don't want fighting and, you know, you want it to be really good and balanced. Yeah, so this relationship, I feel like we're talking to this King and Queen. I think there's a lot of anxiety in regards to like, because there's been some hurt between you and another person, Leo. And again, I feel like I have these different stories going, so I hope you're really following me. But this Leo has been really hurt. So much so that they've pulled back. They don't even know how to present themselves anymore. And I think there's somebody who is really tired of feeling so anxious, trying to make it work when they can't. So I think the two of you need to talk to each other. You know, and I feel like somebody's like offering like a token of like, you know, peace. Like, let's see whether or not we can make this work or not. So let's go to the Osho Zen, all right, Leo, and see if maybe there's some insight here. The universe, we are looking for some advice for all of our Leos at this time. Breakthrough, that's good. See, I think you come out of this really strong, guarded, but strong. Because there's an issue of trust that was lost with your person. You know what I mean? Like, you've lost trust. And you're not ready to just forgive and forget and move on. You know, so I think there's like this internal strength that comes out of you, out of all of this. Because this Nine of Pentacles, this is pre-Empress, but she's reversed. So something made you feel very unstable and insecure, and I feel like you're not going to let that happen anymore. And if you are working on a project and you have this idea for something, I think you need to really run with it, because I think right now you are very creative. So your thoughts, your ideas, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, I think you need to like pay attention, record them, you know, journal your thoughts, do drawings, things like that. Because I feel like there's something really important that you are about to manifest. And it could be come through in a dream. You know, I see you working with other people. So like there's a lot of different ways that this can go. But I feel like this is the beginning of something really, really big for you. So bottom of the deck, we do have this guardian angel, you know, taking care of you and helping you through all of this. So I think you're in... This is going to be not like it's going to be, you know, a walk in the park here, Leo, but I think you're on the mend to a brand new beginning. You know, so don't sit back and think that everything's just going to land in your lap. It's not. It is not. Let me see what we've got here. I feel like these cards are very important. So again, this relationship that brought you a lot of heartache. I think you need to see that there's a lot more possibilities out there. You know, this relationship you were in did not make you happy. So I think you need to open up and like cast your net out. I mean, there's a lot of fish in the sea. So for now, I think you need to not sit back, because you can't let this cripple you. You know, this heartbreak, what happened to you, you know, you're at the crux of being able to start all over again. So don't listen to all of that stuff, you know, that noise. You know, really tune in, you know, to what it is that you need to do, because you feel really trapped right now in your own emotions. You know, but that's part of this healing, because you're having to really like, you're pulling these swords out of you. Like, that hurts. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. But you can't sit back, because sitting back doing nothing is what gets you in trouble. I mean, you're on the brink of this really brand new adventure, this new idea, this new thought. There is some jealousy around you. Somebody, I think, has been watching you. And it's one of these, you know, I pick up like a real, you know, like a sleazy person. It's like there's somebody that, you know, just, you know, stranger danger, creepy. There's somebody like that around you, Leo. So just be aware of that. But there is some jealousy and some envy. Oh my gosh. So this card also of morality, I feel like there's something about this cage. You know, it's like you're in gridlock. You know, you're not in gridlock. You're not stuck. You know, I feel like there's a road in front of you. You need to take it. You're on the road to healing. Yeah, stay guarded. You were wounded. This last one really hurt. And you have to put an end to it. It's part of your healing. Like, there's something that you need to really like put an end to this relationship. Not just say it, mean it. So that you can really continue. You have to put this past away and close this door. Yeah, this is a hard one, but ultimately you'll feel really good. You'll finally feel whole again. So that's where you're at, Leo. So I hope this resonated. Meanwhile, go with the flow. I'll be doing readings next week for the new moon. Loving the new moon. So stay tuned. If you like this reading, I appreciate a thumbs up. Yeah, and I'll see you at the next reading. Until then, Leo, bye now.